Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Brad.
Very nice to meet you.
You too.
Thank you for coming in. We love when students come into career services, so thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
I understand you're here to talk about internships today?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. How far along are you into your program?
I'm I'm kind of doing it part-time, so I'm probably, if you look at it the way it's structured, I'm in my third-ish semester.
Okay, great. And so that you're a full-time student?
I'm like 3/4. Usually I take about 9 credits a semester.
Got it. So close to full-time.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's taking me a little bit longer, but I'm taking summer and trying to get through it as fast as I can. But yeah.
Awesome. Well, you're here to talk about internships, so I'll tell you about my role a little bit as an internship coordinator. I hope to get to know you on a personal level. I kind of understand your career wants and your career needs, and then hopefully help you to find an internship that'll be nice and growth-filled for you and really benefit your career future moving forward.
Okay,
So by getting to know you, I can help you kind of explore the different routes, because being in marketing, you have a lot of different ways you can go. There's a ton of different job duties that you could have and a ton of different careers. So kind of in talking with you and getting to know that, I can help you, point you in the right direction of an internship that can help you kind of explore those opportunities and maybe learn some about them. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Great. So in getting to know you, I'll probably ask some questions that maybe don't seem career related or something like that, but just know that I'm just trying to get to know you as a person, and that all kind of encompasses where you'll go in your career and what you want from your career.
Okay, that makes sense.
Awesome. So let's talk about your program a little bit. You're that far along, career experience is coming up either next semester or the semester afterwards. How are you feeling about it? Your classes, your coursework, your instructors, how do you feel about everything?
Well, I like the classes. I love the instructors. They're awesome. But sometimes I'm not sure if I can picture myself doing that job. Like, at first I thought for sure, but now that I'm getting into more specific program classes, I'm not really sure that I see myself in that career, which is really causing me a lot of anxiety, to be honest.
I bet. Yeah, and that can be a hard position to be in.
Yeah, because I'm so far along, and I feel like if I change now, I wasted all of that. So I'm not really sure.
Yeah, that's really hard, and I bet that's stressful. Is it
Yes.
something that's been on your mind a lot?
Yes.
Dang.
Yes.
Okay, well let's dive into that a little bit further, because that a lot of people feel that way, but also that can be concerning as well. So, is it? You said some of your program-specific courses you started to feel uncomfortable with. So, kind of which ones? How did that make you feel? Was it things that are all-encompassing of marketing, or what happened?
Well, and maybe that's a good question, but in class lately we've been talking about specific careers. I guess to me it was just this broad thing for so long that, like you said, there's so many different ways you can go.
Mm-hmm.
But as one of my classes, we were really talking about specific careers, and I honestly cannot picture myself enjoying any of those or necessarily picture myself doing any of those. So I wonder if maybe I feel like maybe I thought it was going to be more creative than it is, if that makes sense, or I'm just not sure it speaks to my skill level exactly.
Yeah, and that would be, it's better to find out now than in 10 years or something like that. So,
right.
And even though it is a very wide-ranging field, a lot of the same skills come into play. So I'm kind of hearing maybe that's it. So it takes a lot of marketing type and sales type communications,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe it's not even the job duties. Maybe it's just not a great fit you're feeling for your personality.
Right.
Okay.
I think that's it, yeah.
Well, that can be very hard, and it may feel like you're on an island and that you're the only person that feels that way, but you're not. The people have done that before and changed. People have gotten their degrees, and then a lot of people decide what to do different things. So, kind of what I'm hearing is that we might not want to talk about internships yet today.
Yeah.
And there may be another conversation that can be had.
Okay.
Does that kind of
I
sound?
think so, yeah, it doesn't really make sense to, if I'm thinking about changing, then I probably wouldn't do an internship in that area, so that makes sense.
Yeah, and that would, it's a couple semesters away yet, and if you toil away at something that you're not even enjoying,
Right.
it may waste more time. And you might find out after, the next step that maybe it is something you want and there's something you're overlooking or
Yeah,
something. But
maybe.
there's others in our office who do different things than I do. So I talk specifically about internships. We have a bunch of awesome career advisors that talk about exploration in general and where you see yourself. Does that sound like something that may help?
Yeah, I'm sorry if I felt like I didn't come to the right person, but I didn't really.
No,
Okay.
we're so happy to have you here, and whatever happens, you were going to need an internship. So
Yeah, that's
no,
true.
don't
Okay.
feel sorry at all. We love to have you here, and we're here to help, and that's why the career advisors do what they do. They're here to help you diagnose this exact problem. So I believe that we have Tracy on walk-ins right now.
Okay,
So what that's going to be, when you come in during walk-in hours, that'll be like a 15-minute conversation, just briefly touching and kind of getting a feel of where you're at. And generally, following that, you'll probably make an appointment in this instance, and those are generally the next day, if not 2 day, if we have somebody with an
Okay.
open calendar.
great.
So hopefully we can work something out sooner rather than later, because as I said in the beginning, I'm glad you were here to talk about your internships early, and we can continue that conversation if you decide that maybe this is the space you want to be in. But I think it would be prudent for everybody to kind of diagnose your wants and needs, and if you're going to make a change, then that direction will go. So we'll start with the walk-in. And then Tracy will probably end up asking you to make an appointment for an hour-long conversation. But I think that's probably the right next step. How do you feel about that?
Great, yeah,
Okay.
that's a relief.
Okay, sounds good. Well, let's go out there. Tracy's on walk-ins. I actually see her. So we'll start that and go from there.
Thank you.